let's put you back in your old job, okay?
Yeah.
Chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors. Let's assume that you get to make a recommendation, and let's assume the president will accept it. What's the one thing you'd recommend to the president to do right now to get the U.S. economy growing?
You know, I'm going to say this, and it sounds like a weird thing to say, but I do think it's right, which is, I think that we all, President, Congress, everybody, needs to get out of the crisis mentality. This isn't a crisis. And by that I mean, when you're in a crisis, you usually say, everything to the side, we need to figure out how to jumpstart things in the next 6 months. I think what the economy needs now is a little more focus on the medium run than the next 3 months. So I think, I know for some people it would be investing in the economic infrastructure. Interest rates are low, and I think that can be important, but I don't see how you can look around the world and not recognize that investing in your own people's skills and capabilities is the most important thing long-term for wages in the United States.
So education.
Education, training, broadly defined.
But that will take 20 years to really
It would take
realize.
some number of years. It's not a 2-3 month thing. In the 3 month time frame, I think we ought to be paying much more attention than we are as a market or as a government to the events in China and the events in Europe. Because I think, boy, there's a dark heart in each of those scenarios that could be pretty tough for the U.S.
Okay, so briefly, China. Give us a sense of that dark heart, as you described it.
Well, look, it's as we know, you can't really trust the government statistics. They're not accurate, and even our market beliefs of what the numbers are probably overstating how well the economy's doing, in my view. They've had an investment-led growth model for the last 4 or 5 years, and investment-led growth models do not end in soft landings. That's not how they end. You go until people say, whoa, we have massive overcapacity, and then that kind of thing tends to fall apart. So I think these issues associated with the rise of debt and whether they can roll over these debts and what it implies for their banking system, that's the dark heart that they're. It's a good thing China has a massive amount of reserves, because I fear they're going to have to use a lot of reserves to prevent that thing from morphing into a horrible financial crisis.
Yeah, as we just heard from Bob Rubin at the conference here, he's mainly concerned about the degree of uncertainty.
Yes.
Just not knowing to the plus or the minus.
That is also a fair point. I don't think it helps that you add into the election, and it's not a secret, I'm a Hillary Clinton supporter. I think if the world and the market starts believing that Donald Trump might win, I think that this issue of political uncertainty is going to start flying off the handle, because Trump has been calling for things that are non-judicious, to be generous. And so I think that political uncertainty could become a big issue too.